Welcome back everybody to the Mario Kart 8 Retro Tracks Retrospective. Today we're going to be doing 2 more DLC courses as we finish up the Triforce Cup and move on to the Crossing Cup. So here we are once again in the good old original Super Mario Kart. It was very super, you know, if I had to say so in my opinion. As we begin racing across the most difficult track, undoubtedly, in that game. And that's Rainbow Road, the original Rainbow Road. Oh man, too many memories. Too many bad and good memories, you know. Just, you know, then you gotta take the good with the bad. Anyway, so there's not gonna be any time skips of any of the races here in this video, whether they be the retro or the revamped versions. And that's because both of the courses here in this video are particularly short. So, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna show them in their entirety. So, in the original SNES Rainbow Road, we have I want to call them the Invincible Thwomps, but apparently their official name is the Super Thwomps. And, I always call them the Invincible Thwomps because they blink continuously like they have an invincible star. So, that was just my name for them, and I like that name. Although, I don't really like how, as, you know, when I recorded this, because I was using an emulator, whoa, I didn't like how the video came out, and the blinking thwomps aren't really blinking all the time. They're just kind of on and off blinking. Yeah, just use your imagination. They're supposed to be blinking constantly, without respite. And I think one more thing of note in this course is that the coins that you can pick up are only on the yellow tiles. So they're incredibly hard to see. And there's also that jump pad, I guess, right there towards the end where the track splits. Did that on purpose so that I can show that running into the thwomps does in fact hurt you bad. And yeah. You know, one thing that I really liked as I was, you know, racing, you know, doing this recording, it just reminded me that I loved when you're racing across Rainbow Road and at the, what is it, like the turn, after like the first U, I guess, after, you know, after the starting line, you know, if you're quick enough, you can see people racing across, you know, on the other side of the map. It's just a little thing that I always thought was really cool. Anyways, so here we are in the fancy HD remake of Rainbow Road, SNES Rainbow Road, because there has been quite a number of them, and that's no joke. There have been a number of Rainbow Roads. So as we go ahead and do this Mario Kart 8 version, I'm going to read some trivia off, because as I notice, this version, surprisingly, is a lot longer than the SNES version, despite the fact that it's only 3 laps as opposed to 5. But anyway, about that trivia. Oh well, first of all, of course, Rainbow Road is the final course in the Special Cup. And apparently, oh hey, here's something random that I just noticed. Rainbow Road is unique in the fact that it's the only track in Super Mario Kart that is not numbered compared to the others, and thus it is the game's only unique track. I never actually thought that to myself, that was, you know, a thing. But in Mario Kart 8, it is the final course. Oh no, I'm sorry, the second course of the Triforce. Oh, that's right, yeah, because the first 2 tracks were the retro ones, and then they do like 2, you know, new ones. So, yeah, I completely forgot. Where'd my head go? Anyway, one got bopped by light. Oh my! Yeah, really not a big fan of the, you know, the super thwomps and how humongous they are. Although it really feels that way. Oh my, that was a pretty cool drift. It really feels that way in the SNES version too, even though that I showed that off because that's not actually in the SNES version. It's there, it's a thing, I just showed it off. It feels that way because there's a lot of super thwomps in a line, you know, as compared to, you know, in this version where they just, you know, they have a super mega thwomp that just takes up the entire track. But, yeah, you know, there was one thing that I noticed, though, and that long straightaway after the first U, I guess I'll point it out here. In just a moment as I read off this trivia. Now, SNES Rainbow Road has appeared in 4 Mario Kart games, the most time out of any track in the series. It's the only course in Mario Kart 7 that doesn't have a boost pad or a ramp, and one of 4 courses not to have a glider pad / ramp. The others being N64 Race, Luigi Raceway, GCN Daisy Cruiser, and Rosalina's Ice World. This one right here, this straightaway, only has one big Super Thwomp here in the Mario Kart 8 version. Now, I noticed in the SNES version it actually has two sets of two Super Thwomps. One set closer in on the left and then further back on the right. Okay, I don't know why I just dove off the track there, but that happened. And that's unfortunate. But anyway, alright, so here we go, finishing off at the very end. And of course, how could I forget? Unlike the SNES version, surprisingly, the Super Thwomps, as they smash down, make waves in the track that allow you to stunt off of them. Again, yeah, I say surprisingly because surprisingly that wasn't in Super Mario Kart. Anyway, so here we go with the side-by-side comparison. Now, I did something here in the Super Mario Kart version that I feel like I should have done initially in Part 1, but, you know, I was just trying to get my format going there, and now where I'm a little bit more comfortable, you know, with how I've been doing this Retro Tracks Retrospective. But anyway, I wanted to show off this. Like, I know that this is horribly desynced, but I wanted to show this off for the fact that you can do the SNES version's Rainbow Road in 2 laps in the time that it takes you to do 1 lap in the Mario Kart 8 version. Watch this. Just want you to see. It's pretty much exactly, perfectly synced. There it is. Just like that! So I took the right side, now I'm going to take the left side just to show that off because, you know, there's just a humongous difference between the right and the left side. Well, actually, there is a difference in the Super Mario Kart version in the fact that there are item boxes or item blocks on the right side as compared to the left side, which does not have any. I can't speak. Anyway, so here we go with DLC track 4. This is Baby Park. On Mario Kart Double Dash, once again, we're going back to the GameCube version in 2 separate videos. Anyway, but yeah, you know, I wanted to make sure that I got the name of the tracks right this time. You know, we're not going to Dry Desert for the second time. We're going to Baby Park. Alright, so here we go in the original Baby Park. Now, I didn't quite get to finish reading off the trivia, because, you know, I went off on one of my usual tangents, but anyway, so in Mario Kart 8, SNES Rainbow Road, N64 Rainbow Road, the new Rainbow Road, and GCN Baby Park, this one, are the only courses in the game to have the mini-map on the screen, or actually, yeah, on the gamepad too, in different colors instead of just blue. And Super Mario Kart composer Soyo Oka considers this course's theme to be one of her favorite compositions. It was a really good one. It really, really was. I personally, I don't know if N64's Rainbow Road music was supposed to be, you know, like, you know, have some of the tunes of the original Rainbow Road in it, because I personally do not hear any of the original Rainbow Road in the N64 version. If there is, I'm surprised. Also, I'm pretty sure I just hit King Boo and PD Piranha there with a red shell, despite the fact that they're in last? I can't remember. I wasn't really watching the whole time. But yeah, oh god, oh, hello, giant Bowser shell. That's one of the things that really bothered me about Mario Kart Double Dash, is that PD Piranha and King Boo and that golden cart were unbelievable. They were legitimately OP. If you had those guys, you know, and that cart, you were pretty much, you were pretty much set to win every single race, because they were just really, really, really broken. Oh god, why isn't that Bowser shell going away? It's been bouncing around for like a good minute here. Oh, finally, it's gone. And I love how I was making Mario and Luigi look pretty inappropriate there on the cart throughout this race, but you know what? We're not going to mention any more of that. That was just me being silly and weird and weird. Anyway, so, yeah, as we move on to the MK8 version of what is, of course, going to always be item insanity, no matter what game it's in, I'm going to read some trivia off. Baby Park is one of the only 2 non-SNES courses in the series that differ in lap count between its original and remade versions. The other is Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 64, if one does not count adjusting the number of laps in quick run mode in Mario Kart Super Circuit. This is one of 2 tracks in the series not from Super Mario Kart that appears in more than 2 games. Oh yeah, I mentioned that, didn't I? In the last part. Let's see, I already read that. In Mario Kart Double Dash, it is possible to collide with the roller coaster. However, this is extremely difficult to achieve. I've never had that happen to me, and I've never heard that before. Interesting. Anyway, so here we are in the completely anti-gravity version of Baby Park, which, you know, is a nice touch. Of course, you know, it makes it Mario Kart 8-ish by doing that. And also the fact that, oh, if you notice, well, when I do the side-by-side, hello. When I do the side-by-side, you'll be able to see it more clearly, but in the GameCube version, they made, like, the left side of the track, you know, where the actual starting/finish line is. They made that pink and made the right side blue, whereas in this version, it's sort of like the front part is blue and the back part is pink. So, you know, a little bit of, like, creative change that they did, and I think, you know, I like the way it looks. And also, I just noticed that, you know, there's the metallic grates on the track, too. I can't really see what is under them, but, oh, well, this isn't going to help either. But, you know, right about here, I don't know. Looks like there's some metal-y stuff underneath. Maybe it's, like, some sort of, like, gears or whatever, and to keep this whole track at an angle, you know, and keep the whole thing lifted up. Kind of like what they did with, you know, GBA Mario Circuit. Is that Rosalina that's got the star? Why is that lasting forever? Anyway, I just threw the shell at her because she's like, yeah, you know, yeah. Oh yeah, I was hanging out next to her just to see how long that I could, you know, stay next to somebody with a star without getting hit. Turned out it was the entire time. Alright, and yeah, you know, I actually took my time here on this course because, you know, like I said, it's extremely quick. And, you know, this track is actually so much fun to play online just because of course, item insanity. I don't know, I love that. There's just a part of me that just loves the item insanity factor. Anyway, so here we go with the side-by-side, as you can see. Of course, the blue portion, you know, on the right side, and the GCN version, and then the pink on the left. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, it's just like, I didn't really know how to sync this up or how to edit it, so it's just like, you know, I'll just put like a good portion of it and just let everybody be able to just sit back and just watch side-by-side item insanity from 2003 to 2014. I love this course. Like I said, you know, I love the item insanity factor. You know, I loved Luigi's Circuit and Mario Kart Wii. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, anyway, the Baby Park, I forgot to mention, in the GameCube version is the 3rd course of the Mushroom Cup. Big surprise there. And, of course, the 1st course in the Crossing Cup. So yeah, you know, all I did was really just do like a big time skip in the middle and then just showed off the final lap for, of course, that side-by-side finish for GCN Baby Park. That's that. So that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Join me in part 11 where we'll be continuing through, of course, the DLC courses, and we'll move on to 2 different handhelds in the Game Boy Advance and the Nintendo 3DS. See you all next time.